Morning students, we are reading this prayer, teacher's prayer. We have read first 3 stanzas of this poem already. So in this stanza, that teacher is praying to God that she should be able to fulfill her duties very well. She should be encouraging her students, she should be teaching her students well, so that they can be educated and well as they can be a good citizen or a good human being. Okay, so in this way she wants not just to teach lessons only to her children. She also wanted to guide them so that they can choose proper paths, so then they can choose right over wrong. And she really want them to understand what is right and what is wrong. She want them to distinguish between right and wrong, and she want them to appreciate the beauty of the nature and to respect it. Okay, let's come to the fourth paragraph. For if I help the world to grow in wisdom and in grace, then I shall feel that I have won and I have filled my place. So what she is saying, that that if I have helped the world to grow means to educate it. If I have helped this world to educate it, or to progress, or to progress in its own. So in wisdom and in grace. So she's saying that if the world is growing in wisdom means in intelligence. If the world is becoming better, is becoming wise because of her teachings, and in grace means in beauty also. It is becoming a beautiful place, it is becoming a peaceful place to live in because of her teaching. So she said that that I have done my job, that for I shall feel that I have won. I have won means that she has done her job well and she has filled my place. It means that whatever duty has assigned to her as a teacher, she has done it very well. It means that she has completed her job, she has won in completing her job very well, and she has provided whatever she is required to do as a teacher. So she is saying here in this fourth paragraph that if she has helped this world to grow, to educate, to become wise, and to become a beautiful place to live in, then her duty then her duty or her job as a teacher is fulfilled, as completed. She has fulfilled her job, she has done her job very well. Okay, then come to the fifth paragraph. And so I ask for guidance, God, that I may do my part for character and confidence and happiness of heart. So then she's saying that that is why she is requesting God, she is praying to God to guide her, to give her a proper guidance, so that she can do her part well, and she can have a character and confidence and happiness of heart. She had a good character, she must have a confidence, and she must have a happiness in her heart, so that she can teach her students very well. So can she make their students, help her students to grow in their life, to make good decisions, and to follow their hearts. Okay, so that was the prayer, that was the poem of yours. It has five paragraphs. I have described them, I have explained them. Read them carefully, try to understand them. So there is this is a exercise part. This I will upload to you, you will get it. Okay, this whole. Now here I will ask you to this B7. Here you have to read this diary entry. This is diary entry which is written by maths teacher, who is very thrilled about the result of his entire class, especially of a student Vaibhav. So he has written a diary entry for a Vaibhav who has shown a positive change. Okay, so he is writing it as a maths teacher. So here it is a diary entry that you have to be you have to imagine yourself as Vaibhav, and you have to write a diary entry. You have to express your feelings of happiness and achievement on performing well, and you have also mention your maths teacher who has guided you well, who has provided you proper assistance. So this diary entry you are going to write by yourself. Okay, try to write it by yourself. I have provided you format, I have provided you the how you are going to write it. You can take help of your parents. Till here I will upload these all questions which are required, or which are required to be done by you. Okay, then now what we will start from here, we will start this next part. This part is vendor of sweets. You know what do you mean by vendor? Vendor is a shopkeeper. Okay, so C1, now read a story about Munisami, who is a street vendor and sells sweets to school children. One day while going for work, a small accident brings about a change in him. Read yourself to find out what happens to him and how he turns a new life, how he turns a new leaf in his life. So this is a story about Munisami, who is a street vendor. Street vendor means he used to roam into the streets and sell his products, and he used to sell sweets to the children, to the school children. Okay, and when he was doing his work, there was an accident with him which changes his life altogether, and he has learned a lesson. So what was his lesson, what he had learned? We will find it out when we will read it. So just read it. The vendor of sweets. He was a vendor of sweets. He had in his own peculiar method of advertising and doing business. He never depends upon others for help and worked hard all alone. I speak to Munisami, the man who sold sweets. His customers were children, the future citizens of the world. So this is Munisami, you can see, and these are children who are buying sweets from him. So what is written here in first paragraph, that he was the vendor of sweets. Who was the vendor of sweet? Munisami was the vendor of sweet, and he has an own peculiar. Peculiar means unique and strange. He has his strange method of advertising. Advertising, you have seen advertisements in your TV serials when you are watching TV, and we have read the chapter also. Okay, and you know what are advertisement? Advertisement are meant to to make your product famous, so that people can buy it, people can be familiar with your product. So that is advertisement. So he's also do advertising for his business. So he has his own ways, he has his unique ways for advertising for his own product, for his own business, and he is never dependent on others. He never depends upon other, and he worked very hard. He worked very hard and all alone. He worked all alone very hard, and he used his own ways to advertise for his product. What is his product? Those sweets. I speaks to Munisami, the man who sold sweets. So now who is I here? The narrator of this story, who is telling the story. Okay, there is a boy or a girl who is telling the story to us. So he says that he talked to Munisami. One day he talked to Munisami, and Munisami is the person who used to sell those sweets. And who were his customers? Customers means the people who buy things from the shop. So his customers were the children, because we know that this Munisami used to sell those sweets to the children, to the school children or the other children. So his customers were the school children only. And who are those school children? These are the future citizens of the world. These are the future of the world. Okay, because you people, you are great, you are young people, you are children, so you are the future of the world, you are the future of your country. So children are referred here as the future of the country. Okay, so we will just read this one paragraph only. Read this paragraph, try to understand it. Okay, find out the meanings. I have not told you this, I have just told you meaning, but I have not written it here. So what you are going to do, you will find the meaning of this word by yourself. There are so many other words. If you are not able to get them, take out your dictionary and find them and write them here with pencil only, not with pen. Okay, and read your poem also, the previous poem we have done, and I will upload the questions for you. Okay.